this is Teresa for TMD. We're here at Classic Dye and Finishing in downtown LA. Let's see what they're all about.
Hi, good morning.
We're here with Fred from Classic Dye and Finishing in downtown Los Angeles.
Yes,
Fred, tell us about what you guys do there.
we do a lot of garment dyes and we do a lot of what we call in the industry piece dye, fabric dye. And some of the stuff that we do are both for home furnishing and apparel. This whole operation, we basically done everything in one room. So if you have work that needs to be done in any of those fields, we do it here, we cover it here. We don't send like some other people for research and for development outside. Everything is done over here.
All of this over here, like we start there and we go that
So unfortunately nowadays everything is imported.
way. Right.
That's why you have small rolls like that. They come in from China, India, wherever it is. It comes to us in this form. We batch them together, we put them together and make them into these bigger rolls.
Ah, okay.
Or those rolls were actually, those are made in USA. That's why they're already in big rolls. So we take small rolls, we make them into a big roll, and then in a way, we are preparing them to go back into dyeing. And we dye them on rolls, if you will.
Right. So you're sewing them together to make a bigger roll and then putting it into the dye.
Exactly.
Very cool.
It depends if it needs to be dyed in a reactive or direct. We do them all here. Sometimes we do pigment dyeing as well.
Even on the roll.
On roll.
Oh, wow.
The good thing about roll dyeing on woven goods is that you can do any weight. You can do anywhere from lightweight 3-ounce poplin or sheeting goods all the way to 24, 28, 30-ounce awning. We have few
Really?
customers that do awnings here with us.
Wow, that's really heavyweight fabric.
Yeah, very, very heavy. Sometimes they do some of these projects, they go for shoes. I don't know how, but they use the heavier weight goods for shoes.
And you're dyeing
So
it.
we
Wow.
do dyeing for those type of.
And you put it back on the roll after it's dyed.
It gets dyed on a roll, so it stays on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is a dyed roll. So we basically, let me show you how it is. This particular one is already dyed. It stayed on the roll. It got dried on the roll. So this is a whole one lot of 300 yards, for example, that we dyed it. Once it gets dyed, it depends what type of finish they're looking for. Are they looking for a laundered finish? We go back and we put it in a washer and we wash it.
Okay.
Does it need to be finished with a water repellent
And you do
or
that here.
silicone finish? Any finish that needs, after this stage that gets dyed and dried, it goes back to the finishing they need. I can show you some
Yeah,
rolls that
please.
were dyed and
Okay.
then they were laundered. This is sample or example of sample dyeing of knit goods.
Right.
Everything on knit goods gets laundered. So when you do a knit fabric and you make a garment out of it, label instructions is machine wash. So these are all, you can put a label on your garments that they are machine washable. Of course, this is tumble dry and it goes back into framing. That's cleaning the frame. Sorry
Is that,
for the background
no,
noise.
what is he doing here?
He's
Tell us.
cleaning up the frame. He's cleaning up
Like
the
with a
machine.
hose?
Yeah.
Can we see?
Yeah, dry it. He's cleaning it up.
Ah, okay, wow. Like with a blower,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. He's cleaning it up.
Ah, I see. And this is where they dye it on the roll and it will come out on the other side?
Yeah, it gets dyed.
Mm-hmm.
It gets dyed and then
Comes
basically
here.
it gets framed.
This is the framing machine?
Framing machine, finishing, calendaring. That's what they call it.
And he's cleaning out the dye for the next color to come in? Do you have to clean between each one?
We clean. No, not this particular machine. Is basically doesn't really fabric doesn't get touched or doesn't contaminate the machine as much. Doesn't get the machine dirty that much. It's just cleaning it once in a while for maintenance and all that.
Right.
This would be a sample example of woven fabric dyeing. That fabric that was dyed
Yeah.
is the same format. It was rolled or dyed in a roll form in a jigger.
Mm-hmm.
Then this particular one was asked for laundered finish. So we basically washed it and tumble dried it. We took all the shrinkage out and it comes out textured like this.
That's lovely.
Anything that comes out of the
100%
dryer.
cotton?
100% cotton. This is particular one is public.
And this is
This is a rayon sateen.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
gorgeous. And it still has the sheen after it's dyed, even in the dryer.
Yes, 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 absolutely.
Really lovely. Do you press here ever?
So
you press
we
it?
can press them. This particular one was pressed on
Okay.
a roll. We have a continuous pressing machine. Again, going back to this one,
Yeah.
this one gets steamed out.
Ah,
So
okay.
exact same procedure that you would do at home. You know, you make it. You have your garments coming out of your washer
Right.
or dryer. Then you want to press them or you steam them out. So this is exactly what we are doing to it. We are not creating any shrinkage whatsoever. So it's basically in its natural stage. It's going to get steamed and it gets rolled. And this is an open frame. We inspect everything that comes out. Everything that comes out of here, we're going to give a report on a QC
Right.
format that,
Right.
for example, it has these imperfections or whatever. My specialty, I really think that is very unique is woven.
Woven. Yeah.
Just because not too many dye houses
do it.
have the capacity. I mean,
Right.
there are dye houses that can do woven. I'm not going to lie to you, but they cut them into 4-yard panels. There are dye houses that say, yes, we can do it, but they're going to create crush marks all over it.
Right.
That's the thing. So again, my specialty woven, but on knit goods that you can see there are so many different types of knits. You
Right.
have your basic rib, you have your basic jersey. And you can send me anywhere from small amount for development all the way to full production, 400, 500 yard lots. We can easily do it. And
Great.
everything gets laundered finish, the shrinkage again taken out.
Taken out.
It's
Perfect.
pretty
That's
consistent.
exactly what we need.
That's
yeah.
This is a printed fabric that
yeah.
comes to us. It needs to get laundered.
Ah,
So basically, we batch it like this, and I'll show you. We put it in a Biancalani
okay.
or aero machine,
Uh-huh.
and it gets softened up. A lot of home furnishing people want to have a laundered or textured look, but they don't want to have a pure launder process because with printed goods, if you completely launder it like you would do on a solid good, you will create a different finish.
Right.
And they really don't want that. They want to see the consistency of the laundered, but they don't want to have the crush marks, if you will, or the other issues that goes with the
Yeah.
full laundering process.
Right.
So this would be our Biancalani machine.
My goodness, it's huge.
Yeah.
And it goes in from this side, comes out the other?
Yeah, I wish I had something to show you. It's
So
quite remarkable the way it
It
works.
really is. Biancalani. And like, how long, so it's made in Italy, the machine.
Yes.
How long has this been here?
I got this one about 4 years ago.
Oh, it's very new then.
Not too many people have this machine either, just because of the uniqueness of it. Not too many people have a use for it, but the beauty of this machine is exactly what I showed you. So imagine you take full rolls.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere from lightweight fabric to heavyweight we talked about, and you can just basically run them in this machine, and it goes in a format that it's not really pulling the material, but it's giving you that laundered look that they're looking for. It's through the agitation process that it does it.
Wonderful. And then it comes out the other side on a roll?
No, it comes out. It
Comes out right
enters
here?
from here
It
and
comes
comes out
back
from here.
out.
Yeah, these rollers basically
I
pull them
see.
out. Doesn't get tangled up. Really doesn't get the fabric through that whole strong process of washing that can damage or
Yeah.
can
Make marks.
make marks on the print, which are very, very delicate. It's made for really that laundered look that people look for.
Yeah.
It can do a lot of other things,
Uh-huh.
but we mainly use it for laundry. So now we are moving into our what we call the wet area. over here, everything that comes in here from that side, it's all coming in wet. They're all coming in like this. This particular one,
Wow.
it's your lighter weight linen. Okay, we do a lot of twills and linens here. It's a lighter weight linen. Imagine this was on that roll dry, khaki color, obviously dyed.
Right.
We took it back. We washed it in one of those washers that I'm going to show you later on. It got prepared. It came out of the washer, and now it's going into pure tumble dry.
This is a tumble dryer
These are
here.
tumble dryers. I have anywhere from 50 pound dryers all the way to 400 pound dryers.
This is like a giant laundromat in here, right?
Yeah. I don't know about a giant
Amazing.
laundromat, but yeah, it's a pretty good size laundromat.
Look at that drone. That's amazing. It's just, there's no cover on that. It just goes
Yes,
in.
it does have a cover.
Oh,
He's
it
not
does?
supposed to. He's running it to make sure the garments are coming forward.
I see.
Usually for garments, you have a larger quantity, and you basically want to make sure that you're drying. You're dyeing them in the same machine, and you're drying them in the same machine
Okay,
for consistency.
right. So you don't put anything on a roll in here. It's all the cut for the garments itself.
We can use the other dryers for garments or vice versa, but this is our setup. The way we are set up, mainly the bigger dryers are used for garments.
Right.
If we use the bigger dryers for fabric, we don't get the consistency that we get on the smaller dryers.
Right.
You know, we can do tie dyes from any small quantity to big quantity. This particular one, we are doing just your regular tie dye. You just, any form of tie dye that customer asks, we can do them in any quantity.
And each one of those is a garment, right?
Exactly, exactly. We are doing now tie dyes on fabric.
Oh yeah, on the roll.
Full rolls. We do tie dyes that we are doing what we call a crystal dye. There are a few tie dyes that we can do on rolls too.
And she's spraying the dye onto each
Yes,
piece, right?
yes,
And then it
yes,
soaks in,
Yes.
and he puts the plastic over it.
Yes.
How long does it have to sit like that?
It depends on the form that we are looking for. Just, a couple of hours before it goes into the washer. This would be our sample department.
Mm-hmm.
We have anywhere from 5 pounds to 100 pound sampling that we can do.
Okay.
When I tell you these weights, it really depends on, it's very broad, right? It's very general because you can have a heavier weight fabric or a garment. You're not going to put it in a 5 pound machine, for example. So
Right.
this just to tell you what size machines we have here. Do anything from stone wash to pigment wash to reactive and direct, of course. Any size we can do.
Do you do like mineral wash?
Mineral,
acid-
definitely. That's a
acid?
very good point. Yeah, acid.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do acid dyeing, acid washing, and also minerals too. And again, one of the reasons why I want you to see this, taking you specifically to this, a lot of places mix departments.
Mm-hmm.
And, for whatever reason, I think being organized is very important. So when you're doing tie-dye, for example, and you have people from sample department going to do tie-dyes, it gets mixed up.
Sure.
It gets inconsistency. That's where you get it. But if you have a person in charge of your samples, it's a person in charge of your tie-dyes, then it's done, consistently,
Right,
which is the most
exactly.
important part.
Especially in a dye
Especially
organization, I would imagine.
that there are so many things that you can cover.
Right.
There's so many different things that you want to cover.
So tell me, is this the washing machine?
These are the 100-pound. Yes, these
And
are the 100-pounders.
Goes in here, the dye?
The dye goes in here.
Uh-huh.
Basically, we take samples also through here as well.
Ah.
It just you want to keep this particular machine. You want to keep it closed the entire time.
So you can pull things out without it.
Exactly. each fabric requires, like we were mentioning what you're wearing,
Right.
each fabric requires a different type of machine.
Yes.
Technically, those washers that we are using over there are for certain type of fabric. These washers, because of their speed and because of the way they are set up, their basket is set up, is for different type of fabrics. These are 750-pound washers, and like I said, we are using them for certain type of fabrics.
And this is knits that would go in here, or what would you put
I
in
can
here?
do. This is mainly for wovens.
For wovens.
For
okay.
wovens, mainly we use this one for wovens.
And
Their
these,
particular finish that they want,
uh-huh.
and we created with this.
And are these Italian-made machines as well?
These are US made.
Are
Milner
US.
is a US
Oh,
made.
Milner is US.
Yeah. So these machines, you literally don't have these machines anywhere else.
Really?
They're called Van Vlander. Very, very, very old machines. These are about 90 years old. They don't make them anymore.
What do they do?
They're jiggers that used for woven fabric. The uniqueness about these machines is that you can do anywhere from 100 yards as a sample all the way to 1,000 yards. They're extremely unique. And the beauty of them is that they're manual. So we get our consistency with them. We can do our dyeing with them on smaller or larger scale. And again, nobody in the entire US, you can quote me on this, nobody has these machines. And the only people that have them are completely different. They cannot do small scales. If they do, they're very exclusive. They're only doing it for their own. As a commission, their house is very unique to have these machines.
What are they called again? Can you tell me?
Jiggers.
Jiggers.
So over here, I do my lab tips ourselves. All the lab tip formulas. Again, another thing with other dye houses, I'm sure, that do garment dye mainly, they send their lab tips to somewhere else to be done. We do it in. That's very, very important.
Yeah. And once you do a lab dip here, you keep it on file? The color, yeah?
Absolutely. I have customers that, I don't know how far I can go. Maybe 2010, they have colors that we've done for them. They come back and ask us to repeat that.
That's a great resource for...
Yeah, we keep our dyes the same. We keep our chemicals from the same suppliers. You're talking about challenges. They really don't know what it could be very simple to them, but how it's done, how it gets again finished is very, very important. And that's where we go back and forth on.
And you're wonderful, and your customer service here is amazing.
Thank you.
We have been blessed to know you guys and work with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're done.
Very welcome. My pleasure. Thank you. Looking forward to it. Thank you.